Hello, I'm Mart Camoccio from Mart TV, and I've got quite a nice little package rifle here to show you. This comes from SMK, or Sports Marketing as they're known, and I think they're arguably the biggest distributor of air guns to the UK, and there's an incredible selection of rifles when you see their adverts, and this one is called the Special Ops Sniper Mark II. It's a package deal, so everything you see here you get, and we'll look at that. I should say they call it Mark II. There has been a change, because when I looked at the spec, I always like to double check what features obviously on a rifle when I'm going to do a review. And this one apparently used to have an adjustable stock, and there used to be storage, I believe, in the magazine. The magazine is now fixed fitting, and there isn't adjustment on the stock. However, forget that, because there's so many features. You're getting a lot of features for your money here. All in at the moment, these are £270, but as I say, there's a lot here. So we start at the front. It's a sort of reflex style silencer, so that unscrews, it comes off. Got a threaded forehand, but the thread, you can see there, that's where the silencer's going down. So you're losing most of that extra length, so it's not overly long. It's still a long package actually to get into a case, but that style of silencer is very practical. Just quickly put that on. It's a plastic silencer. It's a little bit rattly, but once it's in place, it does the job, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. As I say, it's not detrimental to performance, because this is performant as well. Coming back, obviously you've got a traditional break barrel style air gun, so you'll use the front silencer as extra leverage, quite easy to cock, and chamber your pellet into the breech there. Moving back, you've got it's a synthetic stock all over, and you've got a snap-on bipod there with individual bipod legs. Both of these are adjustable, so you can just slightly twist the bottom edge and you can extend your bottom legs, which is a nice feature, sort of a standard bipod feature. And then to lock them up, you pull down the button on the front, and then they snap forwards, so you can obviously store it away quite easily. You can leave the bipod on, snap them up and put it into a case. That's all quite neat. Snap them down, and it's quite good there. Obviously they connect onto the small Picatinny style accessory rails on the side. Moving back, so you've got a dummy magazine. That's purely for looks, but obviously it does add an extra touch for that sort of military look to it. You've got Picatinny style scope rail up the top there. This, as I say, comes with the scope. They're sort of peep-through style mounts, Picatinny mounts, and the scope as well. This is a 3-9x40 model. Just on the scope, I've got to say, an honest review has to pick up that in sort of poor fading light. It was the image is obviously, all scopes are going to suffer, but it was on a dark day. It wasn't the clearest of pictures. However, as a package, it's a great starter. You've got it in the box. It starts you up and running. You'll soon find, if your gun's anything like my test rifle, it's worth putting a better scope on it, to be perfectly honest. Come down here, you've got a two-stage trigger. Obviously, on this grade of rifle, it's a sort of in the budget sector. So as usual, it's a fairly basic trigger. That said, and obviously you've got an in-guard safety catch as well, the tab that you pull back and forwards. But although it's a basic trigger, it's got a nice broad flat surface, and I'm always being boring about that. It makes such a difference. That's quite a pleasant trigger to use, despite being quite simple. It's got that nice hand rubberized grip there. That's all rubberized. It's all ambidextrous, but in the aim, it's really nice to use. Moving back there, on the rear of the gun, you've got there is a butt pad. That is technically rubber, quite hard again. That seems to be the trend these days. But yeah, overall, it shoots very well. So this is available in 177 and 22. My test gun came in, it was quite sort of pushing the limit. This was sort of 11.9 foot-pounds, so you got full power there, certainly on the test gun. and it's quite a nice all-in package. But as I say, this sort of grade of rifle can vary enormously. I had real ragged groups at 25 yards, shooting off my knee, sort of field target style, so where I'm sitting down and just resting the gun on the knee, and it was superbly accurate, I've got to say. Shooting from the bipod, because obviously that's a feature of this, because it's a spring gun, it's literally recoiling away. So if you had it on probably very soft ground, it might be better, but my groups did open up. You'll see the groups afterwards, we'll show those, but the real accuracy comes from shooting this in a nice, comfortable, supported stand. But yeah, this is a very nice little package. That's the Special Ops Mark II.